I lean close to Graham, my voice lowering to a whisper. I really just want the cake. Hey, yo! Holy frick! I never expected that out of her face! Hello everyone and welcome back to Pearlglow Cafe. If you haven't watched the previous episode of this, link to that is up there and in the description below. But anyway, let's get right into it, shall we? Day 3. First of all, no. Second of all, no. Third of all, no. Fourth of all, absolutely, unquestionably, unflinchingly, no. This is my secret fishing spot. Sharing it with someone of your pitiful caliber would be wasteful. What's that you're even fishing with, huh? A splish splasher 54 QT in baby seahorse brown with an easy winder spool attachment? Don't make me laugh. You know they stopped making those for a reason, right? Man, don't need to be that rude about it. Night passes swiftly. Soft rays peek through the window curtains, stirring me from my peaceful slumber. Nestled under a soft blanket, my body awakens gradually as I struggle to shed sleep's lingering embrace. In yesterday's chaos, I'd all but forgotten today is my scheduled day away from the cafe. As tempting it would be to operate the cafe 7 days a week, that sort of work would only lead to unending exhaustion. Do one thing long enough, and no matter how much you love it, burnout will be waiting right around the corner. And that means there's no hurry to rise today. This morning is my own to cherish. Maybe I'll even return to sleep's blissful embrace for a while more. Return to Sleepyhead Central or nope up at up. I mean, if I go to sleep, I'm not going to experience anything interesting if I just go to sleep. I'm gonna get up and at 'em. Eager to begin the day, I rise from bed and ready without delay. Pearl Cliff Bay has a huge trade industry, and there are a few places I've been looking forward to visit on my day off. The Harbor District, to check the market for unique, specialized cookware from around the world and rare ingredients. The Historical District, to visit local museums and bookstores. I've heard a few customers discussing the collection of cookbooks for sale, so who knows what inspiration I'll find in the pages of a book. A Park and Recreation District, to, visit the park and experience some of Pearl Cliff's renowned nature. A good walk always helps clear the head of old cobwebby thoughts to make room for new ideas. If all goes well, hopefully by the end of the day, I'll have an amazing and unique concept for my special recipe. Now, where should I go? Oh no. Okay, I really want to go see the mysterious dude with the white hair. So it's either gotta be the Park District or the Historical District, because Harbor District, I can imagine that would be the place where Graham would be. Historical District, there's a 50-50 chance it's either gonna be the white-haired dude or Brier. The Park District as well, considering Brier also loves the park. Park! I slip on my boots and head to the Park District. The park is serene and picturesque, just like how I knew it would be. The sun beams warmly against my face. Clouds pass lazily overhead. Besotted couples stroll down cobbled paths, arms linked. Finally, I arrive at the edge of a small pond. It's there my feet slow to a stop. Yes! Sitting there in the grass alone, save for the crows and gulls pecking at their feet, is a familiar mane of silver hair, glittering in the sunlight. As I approach, the birds squawk in fright and fly away. Hello there! They rise from the bench to a height so tall they eclipse the sun. Beautiful day, ain't it? A slow nod answers me. Knowing how our previous interactions have gone, that's where I anticipated our conversation ending. However, today must be truly my special day because I'm gifted with something even more, the sound of their voice. Yeah, beautiful. Like you. Your spirit shines. Why is he so sweet? Oh, you're so sweet! I think my heart has stopped. The soft smile, the lovely words, their angelic voice. Hearing it now, it's softer than two clouds colliding, delicate, slow, and measured, but enchanting. Are you alright? Oh, yeah. Apologies. You caught me by surprise. I never heard you speak before. Yeah. I thought I had forgotten. Forgotten how to speak? Yeah, much time has passed. Oh well, I'm glad you remembered. Your voice is beautiful. Is it? It seems old habits die hard. We spend a few moments blinking at each other. While their eyes never leave my face, I let my gaze roam freely, studying every seam of their being and trying to figure out what feels so strange about them. I know there's something, but I can't pinpoint it. How did you remember? If that's alright to ask, of course. You. Me? You're Juniper, right? Coming from their lips, my name sounds like a magic spell. You blush. That is twice now. Why? It's just, even after all this time, I don't know your name. I don't know that I have one. Maybe you just need help remembering that too. Maybe. There's that sad, forlorn smile again. What thoughts cause someone like this to look so heartbroken? And what gentleness do they need to be helped through it? You are here in search of something? Well, yeah. I suppose that's what I'm doing. Huh. Then a gift. I found it for you. Hold out your hand. Curious, I do as they instruct. They dig in their pockets, and in a moment, they produce a... banana peel? Why would you give me a banana? A spotted, browning banana peel. They place it in my hand. I blink at it. It does not blink back. I would be incredibly, worried if the banana started blinking at me. Useful, yes? It is not useful, as far as I can tell. Is it not what you search for? It is definitely not what I was searching for, at least intentionally. Slimy, spotted, and browning. It is menacing in nature and threatens me from the center of my palm. What do you mean the banana is menacing? No! However, I do not dare tell this to my new friend when they have only just begun speaking. Well, I think I know just what to do with it, actually. And that's throw it in the trash. I keep that thought to myself, and thankfully so. The smile they give me now is genuine. I will leave you to it then. Bye. And they turn and walk away, leaving me standing in the middle of the park with an old banana peel in hand. Once they are out of sight, I slink it towards the trash can and chuck it in. Only to be struck by a strange spark of inspiration. Bananas! Versatile, sweet, and creamy. They're a wonderful ingredient in so many dishes. But which one would help my new friend? Perhaps the grimoire will have some ideas tomorrow. Where should I go next? Oh, I can go everywhere. Let's go to the harbor district. To the harbor district. The harbor market is, ignoring the pun, awash with activity. Who would have thought Pearlglow had such a large population? I wonder if most of them are visitors, tourists, and interim crew for many of the sailing vessels in the area. I wade through the thick crowds and weave between streets and alleys. Finally, I come to a quaint farmer's market, tucked away in the shadow of an old castle. A few women and children stand before the booths, surveying spices and wares. One foreign merchant motions towards me, a white diamond necklace glinting in hand. Allowing myself to be swept away in the crowd is exhilarating. There must be so many foreign fruits and spices available here. What a boon for recipe inspiration. I nudged my way towards a booth and caught sight of a familiar, sour-looking face. Today, why is he so sour? However, he doesn't seem to notice me. His attention focuses instead on a plump, leather-skinned old man holding a bag of tomatoes. I listen in with keen interest. What do you say? 2 coppers? Gee, I don't know, Micah. Graham scratches idly at his cheek. Why don't you tell me how much I sold him to you for last week? 4 coppers. And how much the week before that? 4 coppers. And any idea how much the week before that? I think you already know, boy. Was it 4 coppers? Micah huffs, low and irritated. Yes. So, if it was 4 coppers last week, 4 coppers the week before that, and 4 coppers the week before that. What do you think the price is this week? Well, I'm a repeat customer, you know? Shouldn't you have some sort of discount? No. It's such a deadpan, unenthused response. I snicker, accidentally drawing the attention of both men. Well, how long have you been standing there? Not long. I didn't want to interrupt. What is the right answer? I didn't want to interrupt. Sorry for eavesdropping. I didn't want to interrupt. He's blushing! Nah, don't apologize. Rather talk to you over this sorry sod anyway. This sorry sod is 2 seconds away from revealing your most embarrassing childhood story, boy. Now, what about my tomatoes? Yeah, fine. 2 coppers. Whatever, you useless tightwad. Graham catches my eye and immediately clears his throat. 2 coppers sounds more than fair. My highly valued customer. Micah drops 2 coppers on the counter and gathers his tomatoes. With a roll of his eyes, Graham swipes the coins and deposits them into the box behind him, giving Micah the opportunity to lean towards me and whisper, "He's an ass even on the best of days, ain't he?" Oh, I don't know about that. Hey! It'll be 10 coppers next week if you don't stop harassing her and get on out of here. All right, I'm going. Micah gives me a knowing wink before vanishing into the flowing market crowd. Then it's just Graham and I standing awkwardly. I sidle up to the edge of his stall and peruse his vegetable display. Sorry about him. Just a no-good, lonely chatterbox of an old man, you know? I thought it was quite endearing. Micah? Endearing? Psh, maybe in the same way ants are. You just want to throw him a few crumbs every now and again, I guess. Anyway, enough about him. Oh, what can I do for you today? Well, honestly, I'm just exploring, searching for new inspiration and new ingredients. Nice. Work on the recipe? Hoping to, but doing so is proving harder than I thought. Well, I doubt I've got much of interest to you here. Don't know that I've got anything fancy. Have you been to the docks yet? No, but I think that's where I'll be heading next. One of my buddies, he's primarily a fisher, but he's always coming back with these weird fruits. Might be worth swinging by to see what he has. Yeah, I'll check that out. Thank you so much for the tip. It was so nice seeing you. Same, Juniper. I look forward to seeing what you come up with. I slip back into the mass of people and let it sweep me all around through the market. But even after inspecting most of every booth, nothing strikes my fancy. There's still time left in the day. Where should I go next? Well, historical district it is to see the weirdo Briar Ash? Brier? Dr. Briar Ash. I forgot. To the historical district it is. There's a unique peace that can only be found in places with great history. It's a feeling that nestles itself into the soul and reminds you of all that has come before and all that will come after. The passage of time is unstoppable and should be embraced with open arms. After all, it's only over time do we learn to change. The buildings in Pearlglow's historical district are all, well, historical. Some bear spindly cracks through their foundation. Others lie in pieces, damaged in long-forgotten battles. A few look immaculately maintained, their polished exteriors gleaming under the sun. Before long, I spot a bookstore and slip inside. Dusty, dimly lit, and with scant customers, it's unlikely they'll have a collection of magical texts here, but inspiration can be found anywhere. Besides, it's been ages since I've purchased a new book for myself. I roam through the maze of shelves, my footsteps echoing softly in the hushed atmosphere. The air is thick with the scent of paper and ink, a familiar fragrance rife with untold and imagination and possibility. With every step, my fingers skim over colorful spines. The textures vary from silky smooth to roughened leather, each promising a unique story. One novel catches my eye, a deep red cover embossed with gold filigreed letters. I skim the first few pages and with a sigh, return the book to its resting place. The process repeats with 6 more novels in a kaleidoscope of genres, but more disappointing than the last. Whatever I'm searching for is proving elusive. Finally, when the last remnants of my enthusiasm have waned, I head back outside. There's still time left in the day. Where should I go next? Head home. Also, I thought we were going to bump into Briar Ash, but I guess we probably didn't rack up enough, affection points of him. Probably. I have no clue. Let's head home. Well, I suppose I do have quite a bit to prep for tomorrow. Might as well start heading home. I decide to take the long way home and slip into a nearby beach. The waves roll lazily over the sandbar as I meander along, lapping at my feet. When I moved here, I told myself I'd visit the beach daily. It's right down the street from my apartment. There's no good reason not to. And yet, this is the first time here. No matter how I try to cherish the time I have, the days slip by faster than I can reach them. Like most before me, it seems I'm destined to leave more things incomplete in this life than I would like. There are some things in life I've always known I've wanted to do. Leave my recipe in the grimoire, work on it, explore beyond my known horizons, achieve for the most part, and start a family of my own, even if it's just me and a street cat. I won't deny it though, the attention I've been getting from some of Pearlcliff's finest leaves me blushing when I fall asleep, and has me yearning for more in my dreams. So, from what I gather here, I've been getting fantastic dreams about our potential suitors then, or a cat. Neat. What a problem to have. To be a 28-year-old blushing and trouble over thoughts of romancing and connection, rather than the business taxes I should be vexing over. If things continue to develop like they have been, I think I might find myself in trouble. A choice will need to be made. With so many choices to make in life, so many paths that never seem to clear, how is anyone to know what the right choice is? Well, I guess the one nice thing about proms is that it can always be solved later. Not like they're going anywhere after all. So I leave this particular prom in future Juniper's hands. I'm sure she'll be much wiser than I am. A lot can change in a day. No use tying my mind in knots fretting over it now. A shiver of disgust racks its way down my spine, interrupting my thoughts. My next step, rather than being cradled in sand, is slimy, cold, and wet. What did I step into? I raised my foot, only for a limp and stringy strand of seaweed to come rising with it. It sways idly, ruffled by the sturdy ocean breeze. Well, that's unpleasant. And of course, it gives me an idea. I wonder if I can forage some kelp. That I can wash it, dehydrate it, and use it in all sorts of recipes. I scrape my foot through the sand until the seaweed decides to stay behind. Slowly, a curious thought grows and roots itself in my mind. A memory of an old recipe I'd only had once before. Will the grimoire show it to me? Only one way to find out. Before long, I bundle a slimy pile of kelp into my apron and head home. There, I finish the rest of my day's chores, have dinner, and climb into bed, eager to see what tomorrow brings of it. Day 4. You know in Pearlcliff, when the only traffic jam's caused by a whole troop of them nettlesome gulls? Old squawks and mushy noodles for brains like, out of the way, damn avians! Flop! Fly! Scram! Stop! Stop! Crowing? Yeah, stop crowing! Get it? Cause, crows are birds. Oh, wait. What do you mean you're cutting me off? I still hasn't have me longer left. Well, judging by the looming gray clouds trawling menacingly through the sky, today will be a quiet day, a lonely day, and a very wet, very rainy day. I first wonder in Pearlcliff, will I be able to see Graham in a wet t-shirt? Please say yes. The entire town seems content to stay indoors. Still, I need to prepare for a normal day of operation, so I head inside. A good idea too. As soon as the door closes behind me, the thunder starts. Even the cookbook feels sleepier than usual this morning, its spine swollen from the heavy moisture hanging in the air. It groans and protests as I pry it open, revealing all the possibilities for today's magical special. Oh, at least it looks like the ingredients I acquired yesterday inspired you. Maybe you and I are finally starting to understand one another. Now, let's see. What should I make today? Oh, I see. So depending on whose affection points I raise higher, I guess like that affects which recipes I unlock on day 4. Might as well just check the recipes in the meantime. Okay, let's see. Banana nut muffin. I do not want the banana to nut, please no. A transportation to the old, no matter how decayed or faded. With it, may you remember that which you have lost. Perfect pairing is chai latte. Spiced cinnamon tea with creamy milk will comfort you while you return on your search. Okay. As for sesame and seaweed cookies, imagine salty air whipping through your hair and steady earth beneath your feet as you discover a sense of home and belonging like no other. It pairs perfectly with spiced pear kombucha. The fizzy bubbles will reignite a sense of clarity and understanding within you. Also, I'm just a bit curious. Are y'all actually like taking notes on the recipes? Because like I would actually love to try these out someday. Like these seem like really fascinating recipes. But for now, considering I want to go down like I don't know what his name, like the white-haired guy's route, I'm gonna go with banana muffins. Yeah, let's go. Banana nut muffins. A riff on a classic recipe with extra cinnamon and yogurt to make every bite more comforting and inviting. Yeah, I definitely made them with a certain mysterious someone in mind. Well, no matter. Let's get cooking. I would still love to have like a cooking minigame in this. Like, frick, it would have been so fun. Well, it's been 3 hours and nothing. I guess I anticipated this, but still definitely blows my ego. Sheets of rain throw themselves full force against the window panes. Every clap of thunder clatters the glass, and my nerves right along with it. I suppose every business has their slow days, right? Tomorrow will be undoubtedly sunny, with a line of people all the way down the street. For now, we weather the storm, quite literally, and find a way to keep busy until close. Oh! Hey! How's it going? I turned to see the silver-haired person standing in the doorway, no umbrella in hand, yet completely dry. How is he dry? He must be great at weaving in between the raindrops. It's you! Thank you for stopping by, despite how much it's raining. It's no trouble. I have nowhere to be. And if there is nowhere for me to be, then there is nowhere for me to go. So, I'm here. That's wonderful. Actually, wait. This is wonderful. I have something for you. For me? Yes. Inspired entirely by the very thoughtful gift you gave me yesterday. I knew it was what you were searching for. From the pastry case, I pull out a banana nut muffin and pass it to the man. It's a banana nut muffin, which will help you recover what you've lost. So I think normally that's in reference to lost items, but it might work for memories too. If it works like I hope, you might remember more about who you were. What if I don't want to remember? I cannot help but wonder if forgetting is the only way I can be. I do not know what it's like to remember. That's okay too. There's no pressure at all. But I thought it might be helpful to know the option exists if you change your mind. You are very kind. May I ask, are these memories you would rather not hold on to? That is a question. I'm not really sure how to answer it either. I think we all have different pains from old memories that linger inside us that we'd rather not have. But I don't think it's as simple as holding on to them or letting them go. Maybe tending to our old memories is like gardening. We have to plant the seeds of those old memories so they can grow into new ones. Does that make sense, or it does not? I thought so. Maybe I can think of a different way to explain it. 1 second. It's alright. Maybe this question has no singular answer. Maybe like us. Huh. After all, doesn't the truth of who we are ebb and flow with who others need us to be? Ah, maybe that's the meaning of what you said. Our memories flow with us, not prevents us from riding through the current of life. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. Then perhaps I should not fear what I don't remember. With his mind made up, he takes a bite of the muffin. His eyes flutter closed, and I can sense a whirlwind of thoughts circling through his mind. A few minutes pass, and several more, all the while the rain beats its tapping rhythm against the ceiling. Finally, his eyes open. Aspen. That is my name. Oh, you remembered! Aspen, huh? I think it suits you. Yes, I think so too. Hearing it sounds right, pleasant, a familiar sound I was uncertain I would ever hear again. Will you say it again? I want to hear it spoken once more. Sure. It's nice to officially make your acquaintance, Aspen. Subtle and delicate, like a breeze whispering through the night, his giggles fill the empty cafe. It flows through the world, weightless and intangible, and leaves a trail of goosebumps prickling along my arm before fading into an echo, like the delicate ripples on an otherwise still pond. But it is feathery joy tinged with the weight of sorrow. Slowly, he places a hand over his chest. Rhythmically, he rubs up and down. How interesting. What a strange sensation that is. Aspen, They giggle again. It tickles. The part of my soul vibrates in response when you say it. It is good to be known, to be seen. It gives me hope. Hope for what? Hope that this is not all. Does warmth and purpose await every lost soul? We will see tomorrow. Oh, are you leaving already? Yes, the rain is ending. Your day is over. You'll want to return to your home. Glancing to the windows shows the rain has indeed eased into a slow drizzle. And then the clock behind me chimes 6, signaling it's time to close. Where did the rest of the evening go? I'm certain when I last glanced at the clock, it was only a little afternoon. I guess I completely lost track of time. Have a good evening, Aspen. Thank you, Juniper. With a muffin in one hand and the other over his chest, he strolls from the cafe, and in seconds, his figure has blended with the drizzling rain. I know I've said it before, but I'm even more certain now. The ethereal softness that exists around him feels so otherworldly. Aspen seems so troubled every time we meet, too. If I only understood more about them, I might be able to help. But even Aspen seems lost and confused. Maybe I just need to sleep on it? Day 5. Section 1.18.0e. Sailors must adhere to all posted signage. Yes, all. No docking allowed does not mean please feel free to type your boats at all hours of the day and drown yourself in the closest tavern's swill. It means do not dock here. Failure to follow proper signage grants Pearlcliff Harbor Authority and any other acting party permission to... Permission to what? The morning brings with it clarity. What was it my mother said all those years ago? A witch doesn't need to search for magic, for it will find her in the quietest moments. Never turn away, no matter how unexpected or formidable. Embrace it? Well, hopefully something like that, because I think my magic may have found me while I was sleeping. This morning, my fingertips itch to create something. A strange, unfamiliar beating thumps way in my heart. And nestled deep within the marrow of my bones is an excitement for everything today will bring. Meaning, I need to get to the cafe. There is work to be done and new magic to create. Once there, I rush to the cookbook and turn to the blank page. Good morning, you little rascal. I think I've got something to add to you. A spell all of my own. Are you ready? Paper curls around my fingers in a gentle squeeze. Even it vibrates with excitement. Closing my eyes, I let visions of it overcome me. A soft, pillowy cake with a mild sweetness and a delicate crumb, with every bite reminiscent of biting into a cloud. Just imagining it, I can taste the sweetness of it on my tongue. When the book uncurls from my hand, my recipe is left behind. Every detail, from ingredients to instructions, flawlessly captured on the page and written in fresh ink. My own personal spell has now joined the collective wisdom and experience of every witch who came before me, a symbol of shared connection and magical heritage. My heart flutters at the sight of it. It's a testament to the importance of my experiences these past few days. And most importantly, a testament to the impact Aspen has had on me in just a few short interactions. I suppose this makes my choice on what to serve today easy. Oh, a chiffon cake. Well, don't mind if I do that, but not before I check the recipe. A reminder to embrace the fleeting preciousness of everything around us. There is no pairing to it. Fascinating. This game takes place in 1910? Huh. Neat. Alright, let's make the chiffon cake then. I can't wait to see Aspen's reaction when he arrives. Now, let's get cooking. You know, I'm still somewhat like expecting a cooking minigame. I don't know why. Every time she says, let's get cooking, I'm expecting like a whole other screen to pop up and like we have to like put the ingredients together and bake it perfectly or something. When Aspen finally arrives, it's with a soft, defeated smile on his lips. He lingers by the door. I let the moment pass before approaching him. Hey Aspen, are you doing okay? Unlike last night, hearing his name doesn't seem to excite him. His expression only falls further. Aspen? His eyes rise to meet mine. Juniper. Hey. Are you okay? He extends his hand, fingers thin and frail, like stiff icicles frozen in place. Will you hold my hand? Huh? Sure. What for? A test. Hesitantly, I reach for his hand. It's colder than ice, colder than a person's hand should be. Afraid of the answer looming closer, I touch my hand to his cheeks. Cold spreads through my fingers, up my arm, and settles in the lowest pit of my stomach as realization hits. My heart shatters. I should have known it or seen it sooner. Yesterday, despite the rain, he was completely dry. Before at the park, the birds didn't even realize he was there. At the first day at the shop, when he entered like a passing cold front. A lump sticks itself in my throat. My voice refuses to rise above a whisper. Oh, Aspen. So, it is true then? I see. I had hoped otherwise. I'm so sorry. How lonely you must have been all this time. Hand in hand, I lead him to the pastry case. Can I ask, what did you remember last night? What? It was December, Willow's Pond. I slipped, fell through ice. It seems my body never made its way out. Maybe that is why I'm drawn here. He curls a silvery lock of hair around his finger. My hair used to be black. Juniper, what year is it? 1910, April 11th. So 100 years have slipped by. I suppose that means my parents are gone. How strangely time passes when it no longer matters. What do I do now? Well, why don't we start with some cake and figure it out from here? Huh? Cake? Yes. What can't be solved with cake? From the pastry case, I pull out a slice of the chiffon cake and pass it to Aspen. We sit in silence while he eats, slow and thoughtful. I sit beside him, never letting his hand slip from mine. I would like to think the longer I hold it, the warmer it becomes. It's only once the cake is gone that he continues to speak. I wonder why. Why could you see me, when for 100 years, no one else has been able to? I don't have the answer for that. I'm so sorry. It's alright. Maybe this question has no answer. Or maybe this moment we share now is answer enough. Juniper, I have a request. Of course! Anything you need. Will you meet me at the cliffs once you close? Why the cliffs? I think I would like to see one final sunset before I go. You're going? Yeah. Oh, of course. I'll be there. I promise. Aspen pulls their hand from mine, and without a goodbye, departs from the store. Epilogue. The tapestries of one's life can't be woven without a few tangles here and there, but it's a knot that gives our days texture. As soon as Pearlglow closes that evening, I head to the cliffs to wait for Aspen. I don't wait long. His smile is placid as he approaches, and then together, we set off to find the best spot to watch his final sunrise. Hand in hand, we walk. Aspen talks more along the way than he has in any of our other interactions. It's a non-stop stream of words about every memory that has returned to him. About how his mother always praised him for being quiet. About how his parents divorced when he was 9, and then shortly after, his father disappeared from town. About how he fed a little kitten behind his school until he graduated, and then he moved with her into an apartment. He said they were always alone there, just him and his new kitty. He said he named her Raspy because her meow sounded like a rusty gate scraping across gravel. Then he chuckled and said maybe he wasn't very good at naming things. I let him talk as much as he wanted to, never interrupting. With every passing word, the sun sank lower and lower until it finally dipped beyond the horizon. At last, Aspen declares we are where we need to be. I unfurl the blanket, we sit down on it, and raise our eyes to the glimmering stars above. Beautiful. For 100 years, I've watched these stars alone as the town sleeps, forever watching, never truly seeing. I am glad to have you with me tonight. They look even more beautiful when shared with someone. Do you know any constellations? Not properly. I don't think so. He points his fingers and connects stars haphazardly through the sky. What do you think of that one? We can call it Stinky Cheese. What? Stinky Cheese? You truly are bad at naming things, aren't you? At that, we share a soft chuckle. Aspen, are you really leaving? Yes. Would it be selfish of me to ask you to stay? Yes, but selfishness isn't always bad. I wish I had learned to be more selfish earlier in life. There are so many things I wish I had the selfishness to ask for. Then, if I asked, a sad smile curls on his lips, tears stinging my eyes. I'm sorry. We both know this is not where I belong. Then, I guess we'd best enjoy this while we can. Yes. I think that sounds like a fine plan. I hold Aspen's hand tightly in my own. Overhead, the moon drifts idly along through a field of stars. Night passes. Morning comes. The world turns quiet. I am alone. Farewell, Aspen. His name leaves my lips, and a wispy giggle echoes through hills. It's then I know he's found where he belongs. That is unbelievably sad. Frick. Dear Mama, how much space should we allow... Oh, okay. How much space should we allow our memories to take up? Pearlglow has only been open 2 months, and yet I feel my soul has already been flooded with the memories and unforgettable friends I've made here. Some joyous that send my heart swelling, others harder to bear. I'm worried I'm running out of room for what the future will bring, but it's coming, whether I prepare for it or not. I suppose the only answer then is to preserve the past to the best of my abilities. Does that sound grim? I hope not. I wouldn't trade this bittersweet taste on my tongue for anything. You told me long ago that one day we'll find love, and with it, magic. Mama, how right you were. With love, your daughter. P.S. His name was Aspen. Man, that is unbelievably sad. Okay, so before we actually go down the other routes, I do want to see what happens in the aromantic ending. So let's go with seaweed cookies for this. Seaweed biscuits. But with the weather forecast predicting all-day rain, it'll be a miracle if anyone chooses to drop by today. Well, no matter. Let's get cooking. Well, it's been 3 hours and nothing. I guess I anticipated this, but still a definite blow to my ego. Sheets of rain, throw themselves full force against the window panes. Every clap of thunder clatters the glass, and my nerves right along with it. I suppose every business has their slow days, right? Tomorrow will be undoubtedly sunny, with a line of people all the way down the street. For now, we weather the storm, quite literally, and find a way to keep busy until close. That means I clean, I bake, I tinker with old recipes, trying to find inspiration to create something new. Then finally I sigh. No one is coming. Not a single person is even walking the streets. Not that I think anyone should be running a cafe in the middle of a brutal thunderstorm. I just wish my seaweed cookies would stop staring at me. I don't want them to go to waste. Curious, I pick one up. Its enchanting aroma wafting through the air, enticing me. I nibble at the crispy edges. A burst of flavors wash over my tongue, a delightful combination of sweetness and nuttiness, a subtle mingling of flavors with underlying notes of brine from the seaweed. Warmth radiates in my belly and pulses its way to the tip of my fingertips, the bottom of my feet, and the crown of my head. Every subsequent bite evokes a deeper, fuller sense of belonging, of contentment. It's solace, home. It's the familiar embrace of a loved one or the safety of a childhood home. With every bite, my senses heighten. I never felt such a profound connection to my surroundings. I've never noticed so much of the world's vibrancy. Every raindrop that knocks against the ceiling reverberates through my being like my soul is a struck gong. I swallow the last cookie crumb, and what I'm left with is a remnant sense of joy and tranquility. A knowing of my place in this world, and it is here. The rest of the day slips quietly by. By closing time, the rain has subsided completely. Pearlglow Cafe received no visitors, but that night, when I settle into bed, it is with determination thrumming through my veins. And let me guess, day 5, and this is the same line of text before, so we don't have to read that. Alright, so the morning brings with it clarity. What was it my mother said all those years ago? A witch doesn't need to search for magic, for it will find her in the quietest moments, and I'm pretty sure this is all the same, so let's skip to the recipe. Closing my eyes, I let visions of it overcome me. A multi-tiered cake with layers upon layers of moist, fudgy chocolate, chocolate cake, chocolate frosting, chocolate sprinkles, and then, like ruby red jewels, freshly plucked strawberries resting on a throne of whipped cream. Just imagining it, I can taste the sweetness of it on my tongue. When the book uncurls from my hand, my recipe is left behind, every detail from ingredients to instructions, flawlessly captured on the page and written in fresh ink. My own personal spell has now joined the collective wisdom and experience of every witch who has came before me, a symbol of shared connection and magical heritage. My heart flutters at the sight of it. It's a testament to the importance of my experience these past few days. And most importantly, a testament to me and all I've already accomplished. I suppose this makes my choice on what to serve today easy. Alright, let's check the recipe then. A reminder that wherever you go, whatever choices you make, you will find a home waiting for you. And there's no pairing for it. Alright, sweet. Let's go for it then. I can't wait to share this with everyone today. Now, let's get cooking. Alright. Ooh! Huh! The last chocolate cake of the day stands tall and proud atop a sleek glass cake stand. Thick, fluffy frosting is sandwiched in between enticingly moist and tender cake layers. I hold a piping bag centimeters from the surface. It's brimming with a velvety chocolate frosting and ready to add the final flourishes. I flick my wrist this way and that, leaving behind buttercream rosettes and dizzying swirls. Then, with steady hand, I perch juicy strawberries into pillows of whipped cream. I spin the cake turner once, twice, thrice. My smile grows wider with every turn. I think, maybe selfishly, I will make the world taste a little sweeter and gleam a little brighter, one cake at a time. Nice. Dear Mama, there's a saying the residents of Pearl Cliff Bay seem to live by. With every wave, a new adventure. And thank goodness. I don't know that I have enough parchment to get into all the details, so I will just say, I never heard anything more true than that. Today marks 2 months since Pearlglow Cafe opened. Every day, the cafe seems to be more popular than the last. If business continues growing at this pace, I'll need to find someone to help out at the shop. Speaking of, how does Dad feel about coming out of retirement? When I moved here, my heart was so heavy with worry. But now, why would I worry? How could I worry? The waves still roll. The sun still shines. All I can do is cherish this precious life I've made because this is it. This is where I belong, and I've never been happier. He told me long ago that one day I would find love, and with it, magic. Mama, how right you were. With love, your daughter. P.S. I can't wait for you to try my chocolate cake. Ah, it's hella sweet. Okay, so I believe the choices kind of branch off here during the second day when you're supposed to pick like which recipe you're supposed to go for. Never Ending Cake was definitely for Aspen. Cowboy Quiches is definitely for Graham. So I'm guessing I'm guessing creme brulee is likely for Briar. So we're gonna go down Briar's route first, and then we'll come back and actually go through Graham's route. All right, let's go for it. Ooh, creme brulee. Just think about the melding of the coffee and brandy flavors is lighting such a creative spark in me. I'm excited to see how this turns out. Also, what am I doing in the corner? Now, let's get cooking. By the time everything is prepped and ready to go on display, Graham has officially left the store, and we are skipping ahead. He swallows, and with all his might, resists going in for a second bite. I've never tasted anything so delightful, Miss Juniper! Even better than yesterday's! Beneath the caramelized sugar crust lies a hidden velvety custard, infused with all the robustness of coffee and brandy. The bite I had melted on my tongue, and the sensation of satisfaction and excitement I am left with will undoubtedly inspire me throughout the day. His words are earnest and genuine, so much so I don't even think he realizes he's practically leaning over the counter now. Whether it's from the praise or his proximity, I don't know. I have to quell the blooming bashfulness fluttering in my heart all the same. Thank you so much. I don't know that I've ever heard someone speak so beautifully about something I made before. Are you secretly a poet, Briar? A true poet could write ballads until midnight on the rapture your food has brought me. My words are faulty, a mere imitation, for I lack the necessary diction to truly define how wondrous and sated I now feel. But is this enough to get you to love me, Briar? I must go now. I feel as if unparalleled inspiration has unlocked within me. If I don't act now, I may lose it forever. Do you understand? Not entirely, no. I certainly don't want to stand in the way of your greatness. Farewell for now? Farewell for now! He straightens, smooths the wrinkles from his coat, and departs. Well, I guess I had better get back to work too then. It's as I'm dusting shelves that a cold front washes over me. I turn, startled to meet eyes paler than the sky, and we're skipping ahead. As I round the end cap of a bookcase, I catch sight of a familiar figure dozing in a comfortable chaise lounge, Dr. Ash. Before him looms a store employee, brow creased and arms crossed with annoyance. The employee clears his throat. Sleeping so soundly, Dr. Ash doesn't respond. Sir? Still no response. Sir, excuse me. The employee taps Dr. Ash on the shoulder. Startling him so severely, he tumbles to the floor. In a flurry of limbs, he scrambles to his feet. I'm awake, I swear! Sir, we have discussed this numerous times. Yes, of course, I know. And you see, I wasn't sleeping. Not really. Sure. So if you weren't sleeping, what were you doing? What was I doing? Well, I believe I was studying. And what did you learn from the inside of your eyelids? I am happy to answer such an inquiry. You see, with my eyes closed, I was able to explore the ephemeral border between alert consciousness and reposing slumber. A place where... Okay, forget I asked. Very well, but at the very least, allow me to express how wholly repentant I am for the trouble I have caused. Will you be expelling me from the premises? It is becoming an increasingly tempting option. The employee sighs. Look, this is the 4th time this has happened. You know we're not a bed and breakfast, right? You can't just fall asleep here every time you visit. Yes, of course, absolutely understandable. In fact, I couldn't agree more. Henceforth, I shall be the very model of appropriate visitor behavior. You have my word. Yeah, sure, whatever. With another sigh, the employee walks away. It is then I approach, emerging from the bookcases with a coy grin. Oh, Miss Juniper! How lovely and unexpected it is to see you. Judging by your captivating and radiant smile, I assume you were a witness to what just transpired? Causing trouble? Just when I was beginning to wonder if we had something truly special, I discover you caused trouble for just about every store owner, it seems. Allow me to assuage your worries by saying I trouble you far more than anyone else. At that, we share a laugh, earning us an ireful glance from the store clerk. I mean, understandable, this is a bookstore and people just want to chill and read. And browse books. Did you stay up all night, Briar? Of course, all night and well into the morning. Come to think of it, I'm not quite sure when I dozed off. Huh. You know, I'm certain this is an absolutely crazy idea, not worth suggesting, but could you not just sleep normally, like in a bed at night? Ah ho ho, nah, never. There's no time for such folly. Discoveries can't take place while one sleeps snugly, tucked under covers, head cradled by the fluffiest of pillows. I can't even imagine how that would work. His shoulders slouch. Logically, of course, I know bodies need sleep, but there is a part buried deep within me, worried I'll miss out on greatness if I rest. Does that make sense? It does, but what if you're preventing yourself from reaching that level of greatness by not allowing yourself to rest? Eventually, the exhaustion will catch up with you, no matter how hard you push yourself. Well, I suppose therein lies a quandary. If I rest, I may sleep through an important discovery. If I don't rest, I may be too exhausted to make an important discovery. Is there room for balance between the two? What would that balance look like? Curious, curious, curious. But enough about my poor sleeping habits. They make for nothing more than a boring conversation. What are you up to today? I am sure it is most fascinating. I suppose I am. Searching for inspiration? I want to create something truly unique to offer at a cafe, but I've been struggling to figure out what that would look like. Well, there's no better place to find inspiration than here, surrounded by words concocted from some of the world's finest minds. However, I can't help but notice your hands are empty and your shoulders tense. Shall I presume your search has proven fruitless so far? Quite. I guess I don't really know what I expected by coming here. May I suggest something? Of course. I'm always open to hearing your ideas. The issue may lie with your methods. In order to be understood, food must be tangibly experienced, tasted, smelled, gazed upon in such way one's pupils dilate. Finding inspiration through this style of research may prove difficult, but perhaps. He slips his pack to the ground and starts rummaging around in his pockets. He pulls out all manners of strange knickknacks and dumps into the floor. Rusty metal coils, dried hunks of wood, cracked porcelain figurines. The list goes on and on and on. Every new item he produces grows stranger than the last. Finally, he produces a small burlap sack and hands it to me. Peeking inside, it's stuffed with plump wild mushrooms and curly garlic scapes. Maybe these will aid you? They were foraged just this morning, so I guarantee peak freshness. Oh, goodness! Briar, are you certain I can have these? I imagine you intended this to be a dinner. Fret not! I still have some of yesterday's special leftover, and I will be returning to the forest yet this morning. I assure you, I won't go hungry tonight, Miss Juniper. Oh, that's very kind of you. Are you certain, though? Maybe they could make a better apology gift for the store clerk to try and win them over? I could, but it would be an empty and meaningless gesture when I know how they truly feel about me. And how do they feel about you? To them, I am a little more than a hornworm consuming their tomato plants. You, however, have always treated me with unflinching kindness and generosity. My gratitude towards you is immeasurable. Allow me to express it as best as I can. So please, take what I had given you and turn it into something magnificently delectable, and think of me when you share it with others. Once again, Briar has lost me in one of his strange metaphors, but that matters little when there's an unrecognizable sadness starting to prick at the corner of his eyes. It's an infectious sadness, one I haven't seen on his face before, and it stings my heart too. I tuck the ingredients he's given me into my bag. Very well, but why am I getting the sense this will be our last meeting? Because I intend on leaving tomorrow. Briar? Tomorrow? So soon? So soon, or maybe it is so late. I've been here over a week now, and I rarely remain in one location for that long, lest I overstay my welcome. And after today, I sense that time is not too far off. It's not as slow and solemn. Like there's no changing the choice. I suppose we've only known each other 3 days. What reason would he have to change the choice? Do you know where you'll be heading? That I do not know. Set destination are for vacations, not for those in search of discovery. I suppose I realized that eating a creme brulee last night, it is only when you don't know what you are looking for that you can truly find it. If you go somewhere with a set plan, you will only experience that and not all that the somewhere could have evolved into. Preconceived ideas will only ever stifle. And thus, it is time for me to go, as I have always gone, from one place to the next. The inevitability of this life I have chosen, I suppose. Well, then may you have safe travels now and always, Briar. And may you achieve all you have been working towards in this life, Miss Juniper. I know with absolute certainty you will find what you seek. Ever onward! He bundles up all the scrolls and books strewn haphazardly around him, and then tips his hat in a goodbye. For a while more, I linger at the bookstore, aimlessly browsing. Before long, I leave the bookstore without making a purchase, the mushrooms and garlic scapes weighing heavy in my apron pocket. There's still time left in the day, and we're skipping ahead to see what recipe we're working with. Okay, so apparently we're working with a garden focaccia this time. Earthy and delicious, this bread will help ground even the areas of personalities within the present. Don't worry, this does not harm those flighty in nature. It pairs perfectly with iced matcha, an earthy drink for an earthy food. This tea will further help solidify the eater's foundations. Huh. Actually, it sounds like it would actually go really well together. Damn. Alright, let's go for this. Crispy garden focaccia, topped with so many earthy ingredients. I definitely made them with a certain eccentric man in mind, but I suppose after what he told me yesterday, it's unlikely he'll stop by. He's probably halfway to the mainland by now. Well, no matter. Let's get cooking. And we're skipping ahead. For now, we weather the storm, quite literally, and find a way to keep busy until close. Oh! I turned to see Briar? Well, I kind of expected you to be here, but aren't you supposed to be halfway across the world at this point? I turned to see Briar entering through the door. My eyes travel to the puddle forming at his feet as hundreds of raindrops drip from every edge of his body. Oh, Briar. Goodness, you're absolutely soaked. Let me get you a towel. Oh, no. Not to worry. What's a little rain to a body made of 60% water? Valid point, I think. I learned long ago using storms to bathe is both an effective use of time and resources. I see. I suppose it is important to make the most of your time. However, I am still getting you a towel. Then I graciously accept your kindness. I dip into the kitchen and swipe a towel, quickly returning to Briar's side. Honestly, though, you're the last person I expected to see walking through my door today. Don't misunderstand, though. I am happy to see you again, but was the ferry cancelled due to inclement weather? That I do not know. I decided not to go. There will always be more ferries, after all. Oh, can I ask why? Ah, well, I don't quite know the answer to that either. Intuition, a niggling voice inside my head, a rapid beating inside my heart. In any case, I chose to listen to it, and now here I am, prepared to cause yet more problems for you. What of you, Miss Juniper? You look upset. I do? His fingers brush against my cheeks. You do, and seeing you troubled is beginning to trouble me. Does the rain bother you, or perhaps is it the howling wind, the clap of thunder, maybe even the rising potential for storm surge? Wait, what? They're expecting a storm surge now? Should we head somewhere safer? Do we need to evacuate? Oops, no. There is no threat of storm surge that I am aware of. Perhaps I should not have said that. In any case, these are all valid concerns, I assure you. And if it makes you feel better, then Then I will strip naked, run outside, and terrify the storm away with my formidable and imposing figure. This series started off with me running at several men, like getting them to try my cupcakes, and now there is a man offering to run out in the storm, butt naked. I don't know how to feel about this. I'm into it. Baffled, I blink and then erupt into laughter. Tears blot at my waterline as the giggling fit continues. No, nothing of the sort, Briar, I assure you. I rather like the sound of it pattering against the ceiling. In fact, I find it soothing. And yet, your eyes held so much sadness before. Why? Well, I guess I was a little disheartened. I didn't intend on showing it, but it seems to see right through me. Apologies, Briar. Apologies are unnecessary from you, Miss Juniper. Your feelings of sadness, of joy, even of anger could never be a burden to me. What has caused you to feel so disheartened? Oh, you're my first customer today. Unfortunately for you then, I think we both know customer is far more a generous term than I deserve. Fortunately for me then, spending time with you always brings a smile to my face. Then I am glad to see I continue to uphold my solemn duty. Gently, he tucks a lock of hair behind an ear. His fingers linger against my cheek, warm and inviting. I lean into his touch and let my eyes travel from his hazy eyes, more radiant than any forest, to his lips. The corner quirks in a slight grin as we slip through the moment, our faces drawing closer and closer to one another. A clap of thunder startles us both, throwing up an insurmountable wall between us once more. Were we just about to make out in the middle of the cafe? Anyway, Dr. Ash, I mean Briar, what a storm this is, huh? Yes, the rain, the thunder, oh, marvelous things. Weather is just fascinating, right? Right? Our cheeks burn hot and fiery. Briar turns away first, busying himself with the view of the rain outside. How close were our lips just now? I didn't imagine that, right? Now that you're here, how would you like to try today's special? Oh, yes, I would love you. It's that. Apologies, it seems my tongue has turned to lead within my mouth. Carry on, Miss Juniper. Rather than pick a serving from the top of the pile, I busy my hands with a piece from the bottom, a feat that requires stacking and restacking other pieces to reach. All the while my hands fidget and shake from the nerves. His hand, so warm against my cheeks, his eyes, so green and inviting as I stared into them, his lips, so close to my own. Had the moment not ended so soon, I could have counted every freckle dotting his cheeks. My internal screams continue as I finally plate a piece of focaccia and slide it across the counter. Here you are, it's garden focaccia today. I topped it with mushrooms and garlic scapes you gifted me yesterday, plus some other vegetable odds and ends I found in the pantry. It is supposed to have a grounding effect and help the eater feel tied to the present and all it has to offer. Or something like that. Sorry, my brain is still a bit frazzled still. A fact that is rendered exponentially worse as Briar's hand reaches for my own. Long, steady fingers thread between mine, and he offers me a short, reassuring squeeze. Miss Juniper, truly, thank you for allowing me to try yet another of your creations. Each one has been unforgettable and unique, each bite a transformative experience. I have discovered more about myself these past few days than I have my entire life, and that is thanks to you. Now, I worry you will grow tired if I don't get this jabbering habit of mine under control. Crunch. He bites into the bread, chews, swallows. Slowly, one of his toothy smiles splits in his face. And yet again, you've done it, Miss Juniper. What a genius you are. A genius of culinary magic. The more I eat, the more earthiness comes through. Or is it that the desire to be grounded that you've spoken of? Strange all the same. Or is it? How strange can it be when there's strangeness all around? In truth, I'm not sure what to do with this feeling that seems to be blossoming within me. Why does it seem as though this bread is bringing up more ideas I've never considered than even the creme brulee? Oh, what sort of ideas? Like, the idea of remaining. I'm sorry, it seems you've lost me yet again. Remaining? The remaining of what? Me. Briar lowers what's left of the bread, a rare frown curling his lips. How peculiar. How troublesome. Is it though? Is this troublesome? Are all ideas not worth pursuing? Are some paths lost for good if you leave them untrodden behind you? He mutters, whisper quiet and unintelligent as he paces before the counter. With every step, his shoes squeak wet and slick against the wooden floor. This was totally not part of my plan. This was not part of my evil plan to make him stay here. Like, I totally did not pick this recipe specifically to make him stay. Are you alright, Briar? If you're having an adverse effect, I can prepare a remedy. What? No, you mustn't. A remedy would prove detrimental. A bandage that stifles healing and growth. Thinking. Yes! Thinking is all one needs when presented with momentous choices. I suppose sometimes it is only through deliberation that answers will be revealed. Cost-benefit analysis will be conducted. Consideration of the changes must be made. The ramifications gauged and the work. Years of work, potentially neglected, never to be finished. But the good. He stops his pacing. His eyes rise to meet mine. Yes, the good may be beyond measure. And I suppose because you pursue one road, that does not mean the other is barred in perpetuity. Pursuing a new road may even have the potential to reveal even more unconsidered paths. Briar, I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, but I'm beginning to worry that perhaps I messed up the focaccia recipe. I don't think it's supposed to cause such stress. Stress? Oh, no, Miss Juniper. Worry not. I feel nothing of the sort. I think perhaps your magic has at long last found its needed recipient. I promise you this. I will return tomorrow, but for now, I must depart. Wait, so soon? At least wait for the rain to lighten, and you haven't even finished eating. Apologies, but there is no time. Some decisions can't wait lest they abandon you forever. I must think. Farewell until tomorrow, Miss Juniper. He rushes outside. The rain beats hard against his thin frame. I eye his half-eaten focaccia lying on the counter. Well, That's not how I pictured grounding. I think I had better tweak the recipe before I serve it again, despite what he says. Not wanting to risk an entire town darting every which way, muttering under their breath about strange feelings and momentous choices and branching paths, I pulled the rest of the focaccia from the display case. Between the unrelenting cacophony of rain against the cafe ceiling and booming thunder, my thoughts swirl round and round my mind like a whirlpool. One thought is pure worry. Briar is who knows where in the pouring rain, suffering from the unintended effects of my pastry. I am so glad I did not give him the, there was a choice at the very beginning of the game where you can choose either a dish that provides courage and a dish that provides energy. I'm so glad I did not choose the one that gives you unending energy or something like that. I forgot what it was. Another thought, excitement. He said he will return tomorrow, meaning he's still undecided on leaving Pearlcliff, meaning there's hope. Hope for what? And then another thought surfaces in the whirlpool. So tiny and whisper quiet with a vice grip fixation on our almost kiss. Fueled by burning curiosity, it spurns endless what ifs and what abouts. The most important being, what if Briar stays? And then the rain ceases like the fading of night to day. After a long day of serving only one customer, I head home. And we're skipping ahead. Closing my eyes, I let visions of it overcome me. A multi-tiered cake, each layer rich with the complex earthiness of dark chocolate and tartness of ripe cherries, all blanketed in the lightest, airiest, and fluffiest of whipped creams. Just imagining it, I can taste the sweetness of it on my tongue. When the book uncurls from my hand, my recipe is left behind. Every detail, from ingredients to instructions, flawlessly captured on the page and written in fresh ink. My own personal spell has joined the collective wisdom and experience of every witch who has come before me, a symbol of shared connection and magical heritage. My heart flutters at the sight of it. It's a testament to the importance of my experience these past few days. And most importantly, a testament to my growing feelings for Briar. I suppose this makes my choice of what to serve today easy. Right, Black Forest Cake. A reminder to never let the expectations of others stifle who you are. Let your mind soar to new heights. Ever onward. Oh my god, this recipe is definitely for Briar. I don't know what that last pastry from day 2 would do, but like considering each one of these seem to be like written for a specific character, like it's pretty fascinating. So let's go for the Black Forest Cake indeed. I can't wait to see Briar's reaction when he arrives. Now, let's get cooking. Right. Luckily, I don't have to wait long. As soon as I flip the sign to open, Briar crashes through the door. Glorious greeting to this most glorious of glorious day, glorious Miss Juniper! And a glorious morning to you too, Briar. I wasn't expecting to see you here so early. As part of yesterday's thinking, I thought it best to go to bed early and have since received innumerable hours of sleep. I've been waiting patiently since I awoke to speak with you. Is that so? To speak with me? About what? Firstly, I wish to apologize for my erratic behavior yesterday. Troublesome thoughts plagued me, and rather than sift through them for an answer in a calm and decent manner, I perhaps spooked myself. Secondly, I want you to understand this about me. I have lived a life hounded by insatiable curiosity, always hungry to know more, see more, do more. How can I remain in one place when there is so much of this world I've yet to see? He sighs. At least, it is what I've always told myself. But then I met you. You gifted me your kindness, your compassion, your endless understanding. And our interactions deepened. I begin to see how truly terrifying it is to allow the essence of your soul to be perceived, and how all my life I had prevented it from happening. My life, a grand exploration to understand all that which exists around me. Yet, I have only ever removed myself in such a way, no one can ever know me. And I thought, is that truly the kind of life I wish to live? Can I truly understand the world around me if I remove myself from it? So now I wonder, what if I stay here, in Pearlcliff? Unfortunately, in all my wonderings, I return to your side not knowing what the answer is. He sighs. To show up first thing in the morning like this, looking for you for answers. Am I truly not the most troublesome, Miss Juniper? Perhaps it is best I go. He turns to leave, shoulders slumped and head drooping. No, wait, not so fast! I thrust a piece of cake into his hands. Please, eat this before you go. I think it might help paint a clearer picture of things. At least, that's my hope. I am not sure I can in good conscience take more food from you. You absolutely can, and eat while you can. Listen to what I have to say. You've got to eat a whole piece before you can speak, okay? Deal? In that case, how could I dare refuse food from you, Miss Juniper? Good. So, I want you to know, I understand the conundrum you've been struggling with. It's something I struggle with when I picture myself leaving my old home. How do you pick between staying and going? Do you stay in the life you've always known, or do you abandon everything you've worked towards and start anew? I don't think it's ever an easy choice, and I don't want to say which one you should pick. That's entirely for you to decide. But as long as you feel staying in Pearlcliff is the right decision for you, then I will cherish every moment that brings me closer to you. If one day you wanted to leave, I would do nothing but wish you safe travels, and maybe request you send me a postcard every now and again so I know you're taking care of yourself. I couldn't imagine asking you to sacrifice that curiosity that drives you for my sake. And so, with that rambling mess all said, I have something to ask you, if that's okay. At that, Brier's head tilts, his hazel eyes glimmer with curiosity. Gazing into them, I force myself to stifle my rising nerves. Just thinking about vocalizing what I'm about to say sends heat rising to my cheeks. Would you like to go on a date with me, Brier? I'm not trying to convince you to stay or anything like that, but maybe it will help you answer your what-ifs. If after you want to part ways for good, then there's that. I imagine we could go on a picnic in a forest. I'll pack some food for us, and if we have the time, perhaps we could even go on a hike. You could tell me all about the plants that cover the ground, the insects that swarm around us, the rocks that lie nestled in the bottom of a creek bed. Briar swallows. He strains the lapel of his coat jacket. Then, in one swift motion, he closes the gap between us and cradles my cheeks in his hands. His thumb caresses tenderly, rhythmically, against my cheek. Miss Juniper. Briar? If it's not too sudden, may I kiss you? Of course! Please? 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 The blush in my cheeks deepen as I nod. Please. His lips touch against my own with a fervent sweetness. It ends all too soon, with Briar pulling away first. The only comforting thought in that moment is, I know there will be many more to come. Miss Juniper, the thought of joining you on whatever adventures you embark on sends excitement buzzing through my veins. I would be honored to experience the world at your side for however long you'll have me. Are you available tomorrow? Yes, of course. I don't have to open until 10, so shall we meet near the forest entrance shortly before dawn? He seals our plan with a second kiss, deeper and somehow even sweeter this time. It tastes of rich chocolate and tart cherries. And now when he pulls away, I am left with a yearning toothache. I am already counting down the hours. Farewell for now, Miss Juniper. And then he departs, a bouncing skip in his step and a beaming grin on his face. I spend the rest of my shift with a burning blush on my face, shamelessly unable to keep thoughts of Briar's lips on mine at bay. Epilogue. Love is both a humbling, powerful force that will knock you flat on your butt the moment you think you understand it, and a gentle, comforting breeze that will carry you to new heights. The next morning, I arrive just before dawn. The forest's cool, crisp air greets me, and the delicate veil of mist hangs low amidst the trees. As I approach our agreed-upon meeting spot, Briar is already there, a book open in hand. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Juniper. Awash with early morning light, you look more radiant than ever before. Thank you, Briar. I feel like I must finally be seeing you in your element because there is a vibrancy to you. I've never seen you before as well. That might just be my fondness for you. His wink sends a rosy hue to my cheeks. Shall we begin? Is there a certain place you like to go? In truth, I haven't given it much thought, but there is one thing we should do before we enter. Oh? What's that? His kiss is a swift, gentle peck, like a butterfly landing against my lips. Oh. That is all I've thought about since yesterday evening. Well, already today is beginning better than I imagined. What comes next? Well, the one thing that never fails. Ever onward, Miss Juniper! Oh, this is so sweet! Dear Mama, I know stopping time is impossible, but this is too much. Pearlglow has only been open for 2 months, but already I feel like it's been a lifetime that has passed. There is so much to do, so many things to see. Which, speaking of, when you and Dad visit, there's someone I would like you to meet. We've not known each other long, but already he has settled into an important place in my heart. His name is Dr. Briar Ash, and he's, well, it's a little hard to describe. You'll understand when you meet him, or maybe you won't. That happens. He has the cutest curls that brings that boing when he walks, and a never-ending excitement for life that brightens even the gloomiest day. Between working hard at Pearlglow and spending time with him, things are going well. Better than that, even. You've told me long ago that I would find love, and with it, magic. Mama, how right you were. With love, your daughter. P.S. This is us on our first date. A magical, unforgettable picnic. It's hella sweet. Alright, time to serve up some cowboy quiches. Aha! Mini quiches. Mama used to make these at least once a week for breakfast. They're made from simple ingredients, but they're perfectly savory and filling. Paired with plain black tea, you should give anyone who has one extra clarity for making a tough decision. Now, let's get cooking. and skip ahead. Alright. Sorry for teasing so much. I'll stop. Seriously though, Juniper, thank you for these. Are they magical? Oh, yeah. Thank you for reminding me. I've included some non-magical food. Just some extra bread loaves, but you'll find today's special is inside as well. They're called cowboy quiches. Very savory and satiating with a flaky pie crust. Oh, and packed with protein. Huh. Cowboy, eh? Let me guess. Makes the eater more confident and stubborn than any bull. Well, yeah, pretty much. Haha. Ideally, people would be able to harness that stubbornness to chase after their dreams, but how did you guess that? First-hand experience? I've wrangled a bull or two. Why is it so hot? Ay, what a sight I bet that is to see. What was that? Nothing. Anyway. Well, it definitely smells and looks delicious. I look forward to trying it. I'll, let you know how I like it next time we meet. Please do, and you're feeling generous enough to share with anyone. I'd love to hear their thoughts too. Sure thing. Anyway, it's getting late. I'm sure you're ready to get home, so I'll be going now. Bye, Graham. We'll see you tomorrow in the market. What? Where did... How long have you been standing there? Long enough to learn something about you. Oh, you know, long enough to learn a thing or two about you. Well, hopefully it was something good. What are you blushing for? There's nothing good about you, boy. Now what about my tomatoes? Yeah, fine. 2 coppers. Whatever, you useless tightwad. We're skipping ahead. You asked her on a date yet? No? Why would... Bah, what a waste. What a waste. He's calling me useless. Don't be afraid to get a little mean with him to get what you want. He needs it. Are you telling me Graham likes it when I'm rough? I mean, all he's gotta do is ask, and I'll be as rough with him as he'd like. It, looks like we've got a bit of a role reversal today, huh? Seems that way. How's it feel being on the other side of the counter? Annoying. Really? You look like you were having fun. Then I blame it on those quiches you gave me. Market day is my least favorite. Too much going on here. Just a giant swampy pit of sweaty people, whiny kids, and fish left too long in the sun. That's surprising. I guess I assumed you feel, I don't know, at home here? What? No, I hate people. By that I mean I hate talking to people and pretending to be happy. Not you. I definitely don't hate you. You're something of an exception. Haha, is that your way of saying you're happy to see me? Maybe. What if that's what I'm saying? Then I'd say good. It's good to see you too. He offers me a small, relieved smile. Then he jumps straight into salesman mode. Anyway, I don't want to waste too much of your time. You're here searching for something, right? Do you need baking supplies, eggs, milk, any cheese? I'm actually looking for something fun. I know that's not very helpful, but I'm trying to make a new recipe and I'm in need of inspiration. I hope to find it here. Inspiration, huh? Let me see. In the back of the booth, he moves crate after crate, swiftly sorting through his stock. Looks like I got a few tomatoes and cucumbers left. Some potatoes. None of that's really fun, though. They're all definitely great ideas, but yeah. I don't think they're inspiring anything within me. Oh, I got it. From a crate, he tugs free a laden, lumpy sack. What about these? They're peaches. Yeah, I brought them as a snack, but why don't you take them? Freshly picked this morning. Peaches, huh? That's a great idea. It's been ages since I've been into a fresh peach and let the juice dribble down my chin. But bigger than that, better than that, there's a recipe my mother added to the cookbook, niggling at the back of my mind. I wonder if the cookbook will feel like revealing it. How much would you sell them for? Maybe 10 or so? For you, just take them. Mr. Reed! Graham. This is too generous. I can't accept them. You can't, huh? Something rumbles in his chest. That's funny. Who gave me a giant sack of food yesterday despite my protest? Well, that was to repay you for your hard work in fixing my door. Yeah, well, I'm the one behind the counter today, aren't I? So, he leans across the counter, his face drawing dangerously close to my own. No questions, no complaints. At his proximity, my cheeks heat. I'm pleased to see him do so too. When he wants, Mr. Reed cuts an impressive figure, Tall, strong, and more stubborn than any cliff face. All in all, it makes him impossible to refuse. He retracts suddenly, pushing the sack into my hands. Anyway, here's your peaches. Don't worry about paying me back or anything, either. Just take them and, I don't know, turn them into something delicious. Very well. Good. Will I see you tomorrow, Juniper? Maybe. After all, you know where I'll be. Gathering my bag of peaches, I meld into the crowd behind me. There's still time left in the day. Where should I go next? Straight to the cafe where we see exactly what we're going to be making. Alright, peach and cream Danish. Alright. With an unexpected duality of flavors, anyone who eats this is reminded they don't just have to be one thing or another. Flavors upon flavors, layers upon layers. It pairs perfectly with mead. Troubled thoughts, uncertain, endless questions. As they say, a cup of mead is all you need. Alright, let's go for that. Peaches and cream Danishes. I definitely made them with a certain grumpy someone in mind. I know it's supposed to rain all day, but I hope he decides to drop by. I can thank him properly for the peaches. Well, no matter. Let's get cooking. And skip ahead to when, Graham decides to show up. Oh! It's Graham, who enters with an umbrella overhead. However, his shoulders are too broad to be covered by it, and rain plops gently onto his shirt. Goodness, Graham! I wasn't expecting to see you today. Huh? And why not? I said I'd come, right? His brows rise in confusion. Or maybe that's annoyance on him. Sometimes the two look one and the same. Nah, wait. I know why. I bet you were hoping not to see me because you didn't make anything out of those peaches. So this is a thaw. Teasing annoyance. Good to know. As if I could let them go to waste. I hope you like Danishes. This one is filled with peaches and cream cheese. His expression softens as he sets his umbrella aside. Honestly, don't know that I've ever had one, but if you made it, I'm going to go ahead and say they're my new favorite food. That is so freaking sweet! Oh, you freaking love him! Good, then come here and get one. I pull a Danish from the case and pass it to him. His first bite is all flaky, puffed pastry. His second is loaded with a juicy peach, and it's then his eyes glimmer with joy. Yep, delicious. Looking forward to having one every day for the next 4 weeks. Thank you, Juniper. Guess I should have asked before I bit into it, but what's this one do? No, wait, I bet I can guess. He takes another bite, face screwing up in deep contemplation. Let's see. Is it something like, with an unexpected duality of flavors, anyone who eats this is reminded that you don't have to be one thing or another? Yes. That's pretty much it, actually. In fact, that might even be how it's written in the cookbook, verbatim. Did you peek when I wasn't looking? Nah, guess you've just been rubbing off on me. You're pretty infectious, if you didn't know. I'm finding it harder and harder to get you out of my mind. I've been finding it very hard to get you out of my mind, Graham. I've been having trouble for quite a while. Oh. I didn't need a thermometer to know the temperatures on my face just rose by 10 degrees minimum. Graham's too, apparently. Sorry. Saying that made things awkward. Yeah, I'm sure you've got enough going on without me coming in here and blabbing about my feelings. I reach for his hand. Our fingers interlock smoothly. You didn't make things awkward. In fact, I find my thoughts steer themselves towards you more and more lately too. I made these Danishes thinking of you, actually. You thought of me when you made something this delicious? Really? Huh. Why? How? Well, since meeting you, I've been curious. About? What duality exists within you? Me? None. I'm pretty one note. Nothing like this. I guess if you compare me to food, I'd be bread. That's completely fun. I mean, that's completely fine. I mean, heck, like, I love that you're bread. I mean, heck, I would love to get a whole loaf of you. I would love to get my face right up in your buns. Like, please, for the love of God, like, please, like, give me that dough. Bread? Yeah. Plain bread. More specifically. Pretty fitting, eh? Boring, but dependable. That's me. I disagree about you being boring, that is. I'm sure you're a very dependable person. Are you allowed to disagree? You don't know me that well. Well, that's true. I know there's always more to us than what we show on the surface. We're kind of like cakes. There's the outside icing, the decorations, the fancy sprinkles, but you never know what kind of cake you have until you cut into it. I guess. Maybe I'm a cake with no icing, and what you see really is what you get. How disappointing would that be? Relieving, actually, because in truth... I lean close to Graham, my voice lowering to a whisper. I always scrape the icing off cake anyway. I really just want the cake. Hey, yo! Holy frick! I never expected that out of her face! Oh my god! He chuckles, a sound deep and rich in his chest. What a treacherous secret you've saddled me with. Are you sure you're a baker? Well, I mean, obviously you are. You made this pastry after all, but, Graham, stop freaking out. I just need you to know that all I want right now is your cake. For the love of God, I don't care if there's no icing to it. That's fine. I just want the cake. Say, this is sudden, but this is what you want in life, right? Is it what you've always wanted, or just something you're doing because you've always done it? I've wondered that before, but the answer I always come to is yes, unquestionably. Food is the best way I know to experience and understand the world around me. Without it, I think I'd feel lost. What about you? He leans against the counter, eyes dropping to the half-eaten Danish in his hands. You know, my little sister, she's really clever. Cleverer than I'll ever be, that's for sure. She just turned 15 and she's got all these dreams and ideas for the future. In a few years, I think she'll head to the mainland. There's a university she's talked about a few times. And I know without a doubt she'll get in if that's what she wants. I think the best I can do is make sure she doesn't have to worry about sticking around to take care of the farm. Or Ma and Pa. I'll take care of everything. And I always will. Because of that, I've always known what path I'd take in life. There's never been a room for doubt. I see. It sounds like there's a lot you're responsible for, and I can tell you care a lot about your family. Your dedication and commitment really, truly is admirable, but is this what you want? Oh yeah, of course. I want the people around me to be happy. But are you? He shrugs. I don't know. I guess. Does it really matter? Yes, of course it does. In fact, if this isn't too out of line, I would say if your family knew you were unhappy, that might make them sad. He takes another bite of the Danish, brows furrowing. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be pushy. Like you said, we don't really know each other that well, but I do know I'd like to get to know you better. Same. So, I feel like I know so much about you just through the food you've let me taste. Alright, in that case, I guess it's only fair I show you something. You might think it's weird though. I have a strong feeling I will not think that at all. I'd be honored to see whatever you're willing to share. A grumble reverberates through his chest. Hesitation crosses his face, and I consider telling him he can show me on a different date. Before I can, however, he sets the pastry aside and pulls out his wallet. From there, he pulls out a folded piece of parchment and passes it to me. Like I said, you might think it's weird, but I guess this could be my duality, maybe? Curious, I unfold the paper to reveal me. Oh, that is such a sweet drawing! Or at least, a beautiful, hand-drawn portrait of me. Oh, Graham, this is absolutely lovely. What's that it says at the bottom? The cute witch? Haha. Yeah, sorry. Forgot I wrote it there. Ugh, darn. Knew it'd be weird to show you. No, not at all. I wish I knew what to say other than I'm so thankful you decided to show me this. I don't know that anyone's ever drawn me before. Can I ask when you drew this? Huh. Soon as I got back to my truck that first day, couldn't get your smile out of my mind. Which I guess is even more embarrassing to admit. Absolutely not. It's amazing. Truly. I am genuinely struggling for words right now. How long have you been drawing? Huh. Guess since I could hold a pen. If food is how you make sense of the world, drawing is maybe how I do it. Normally, I just draw junk around the farm, so animals, flowers, my mom when she's in the garden, silly stuff like that. I've never really shown anyone my work. What? How come? Maybe I'm biased because you drew me, but I feel like there's such a thoughtful, pensive quality to it. Well, afraid of judgment maybe. Don't want someone to feel forced to give me compliments. Even now, I'm still trying to figure out if you really mean what you're saying, or if you're just blowing smoke up my butt because you feel bad. So, I don't know. Guess the simple reason is, I'm just not brave enough to take the risk. You though, you're amazing. Moving to a new town, following your dreams, having no choice but to throw yourself headfirst against every problem. You're risking it all. You put yourself out there, wholeheartedly, and I really admire that. All I've ever done is what I've always known. I cradled a small drawing in my hand. The pen strokes capture me, sure. They also reveal Graham's attention to detail, his eye for detail and precision in the slightest parts of himself he hides within. You know, I think you're being too hard on yourself. You shared this with me and you said that's something you've never done before. The changes you want to see don't have to happen overnight, Graham, so be kind to yourself, especially the parts of you that are maybe a little scared. If they're going to learn to grow bold, I think they need love and kindness more than anything else. Well. I don't really know what to say to that. You don't have to say anything. Oh, but actually, can I keep this? Huh? Are you sure you want to? It's just a sketch. I could draw you a better one. That I don't doubt, but I want to keep this one if that's okay. I'll cherish it. Promise. I guess I can't really argue with that. Well, alright. Yeah, I don't mind. Thank you. Sure, anyway, yeah, I'd best be going for now. I just want to check in and see how things were going. Well, with the rain and all. You just came by to see if my roof was leaking, didn't you? Yeah. And what were you going to do if it was? Fix it, of course. Got the supplies in my truck and everything. Graham! I'm teasing. Sort of, but not really. In any case, I don't detect any leaks, so I'll get off your hair. I'll see you tomorrow. I like that very much. Bye, Graham. Enjoy the rest of your day, Juniper. And thanks for talking to me about this stuff. It's been on my mind more and more, so I know. He just freaking yeets out of there. He flashes a smile at me, opens his umbrella, and steps into the rain. Closing my eyes, I let visions of it overcome me. A multi-tiered cake with layers of spongy cake, speckled with finely grated carrots and fragrant spices, all complemented by a velvety cream cheese frosting. Just imagining it, I can taste the sweetness of it on my tongue. When the book uncurls from my hand, my recipe is left behind. Every detail, from ingredients to instructions, flawlessly captured on the page and written in fresh ink. My own personal spell has now joined the collective wisdom and experience of every witch who has come before me, a symbol of shared connection and magical heritage. My heart flutters at the sight of it. It's a testament to the importance of my experiences these past few days, and most importantly, a testament to my growing feelings for Graham. I suppose this makes my choice on what to serve today easy. Right, carrot cake. Ooh, oh my god, it kind of reminds me of the carrot cake from Bugs Bunny. A reminder that we all possess hidden depths waiting to be explored and understood. Alright, let's go for it. I can't wait to see Graham's reaction when he arrives. Now, let's get cooking. Right, Graham, are you gonna love this or not? Are you gonna love me? The carrot cake stared at me from the pastry case all day. By the time Graham arrives, it's almost closing. He approaches the counter, out of breath and dripping with sweat. Juniper, hey, you're still open, right? Yep, you made it just in time. But did you have to run here? Yeah, is it obvious? He touches a finger to his forehead, and when it comes back sweaty, disgust colors his features. I didn't know I was all sweaty. Sorry. Stupid truck died on me on my way over, so I just started sprinting. Meaning I'm probably going to get a ticket for leaving it blocking the road, but oh goodness. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. He shrugs, his gaze roving over the pastry case. Whatever it is, there's time to fix it later. They want to risk missing you today. So, am I saying things, or is that carrot made from icing on top of that cake? Oh, yeah. Isn't it cute? I go so far as to say it's adorable. How much for a slice? You know, I really feel like we've evolved past the question, don't you? Obviously, it's free for you. I pull a slice out and pass it to him. I'm really curious to see what you think of this one. Yeah? And why is that? You'll see, or you won't. And then I'll retreat to the kitchen in shame. Nah, let me guess. This is your way of asking me out on a date. What? How? My mouth falls open. Graham's mouth falls open. Wait, is it? Are you trying to ask me out on a date? Yeah, but I didn't expect you to guess that without having tasted it. I had this big planned speech prepared and everything. And I'm so incredibly flustered. And also, can I just mention, I love how her eyes are just wandering straight to where our eyes are wandering to. Like, holy frick, like, Juniper, you really don't hide your feelings, huh? In seconds, he stuffs the entire slice of cake in his mouth and swallows. Yeah, let's go. When? Where? No, wait. Horseback riding. You say you've never been, right? We can meet at the beach and ride up over the cliffs, if you still want to. Actually, we could go anywhere you want. Uh-huh. I'd love to go riding. Do you think we can head out in the morning and still be back before I need to open? Yeah, of course. Good, then I'll see you tomorrow. Brian early at the beach? Yeah, I'll be there before the sun rises. And I'll wear nice clothes. Now, I need to go take care of my truck. This definitely isn't how I want to leave things, but thank you for the cake and the date. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, Juniper. He's just out of there. And then as quickly as he entered, Graham is running from the store, leaving me snickering. Alright. Epilogue. All I wanted to learn in life is that I am never quite who I think I am. I am always changing, always growing, and I can always find room in my heart to love just a little more. When I arrive before dawn the next morning, Graham and Princess Gilbert are waiting near the horse trail. He's silent as he helps me into the saddle, a furious blush painted across his face. He slips in behind me, the hardness of his body a comforting source of stability. Ready? So long as I don't fall and make a complete fool of myself, yes. And then we're off, cantering across the highlands with the sun rising behind us. Oh, I freaking love this! Graham's arms are a protective circle around me. No matter how Gilbert moves, they prevent me from tumbling from the saddle. Miles and miles of land slips behind us, and Graham navigates the trails. My smile never dips. Our conversation never wanes. Finally, we reach the end of the cliff, and Graham coaxes Gilbert to a stop. What do you think so far? Having fun? What do I think? Graham, if I don't find a way to stop smiling, I think my cheeks are going to split. Well, if that happens, I'll try to remember it's a good sign. I shift in the saddle to see his face. It's completely red and nervous with excitement. My heart kicks up a rapid beat as my gaze drifts to his lips. I will kiss him! Without thinking, I close what little distance is left between us, my lips meeting his in a soft, tender kiss. Once his surprise wanes, he deepens the kiss and evolves into a time-slowing exchange. We are only dragged back to the present when Gilbert whinnies in frustration, hooves stamping against the ground. Aw, Gilbert, do you want a kiss too? Alright, simmer down, cranky pants. Guess we best get riding home. And though I can no longer see his face, I recognize the joy in his voice. might be the sweetest thing I've ever heard. Dear Mama, writing this feels so strange. Pearlglow Cafe has been open exactly 2 months. I never would have believed my life could change so fully in such a short amount of time. But here I am, proof that we are ever changing. Will you and Dad be visiting soon? There's someone I'd like you to meet. His name is Graham Reed. His hair redder than a lobster, and steely grey eyes that see right through me. He works hard, harder than one man should work. Convincing him to relax has been a challenge, to say the least. Even as I write this letter, he's on the roof, repairing shingles. He's determined to make the most of every second. I think it's safe to say things are going well. Better than that, even. You told me long ago that one day I would find love, and with it, magic. Mama, how right you were. With love, your daughter. P.S. This is our first date. A wonderful horseback ride. Anyway, that was Pearlglow Cafe. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do want to play this for yourselves, link to the game will be in the description below. This game was absolutely charming in every sense of the word. I absolutely loved the writing. The art is beautiful. There were so many moments that just got me like smiling and giggling around like throughout the whole way through. And I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Like, honestly saying, this has got to be one of my favorite otomes of all time. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a lovely rest of the day. And as always, I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lion, signing off. Ciao.